NCERT, Beehive, Standard 9th, Unit 1, The Fun They Had, by Isaac Asimov. The Russian writer Isaac Asimov has written The Fun They Had, in which he has talked about two children, Margie and Tommy. They are supposed to be studying in a school in the year 2157. Margie maintained a diary. On the night of 17th May 2157, she wrote, "Today Tommy found a real book." Tommy was 13, Margie was 11. They were taught at their home individually by a mechanical teacher. Tommy found a real book printed on paper from his attic, loft or storing place below the roof of his house. It had yellow, crinkly, creased pages, and it was about the school of olden times, when their grandfather's grandfather went to school. The words in the book were steady, unlike the moving ones on the mechanical screen, and that seemed awfully funny to Margie. Tommy found that it was a waste to throw away a real book after reading it.
What a waste! When you're through with the book, you just throw it away, I guess. Our television screen must have had 1,000,000 books on it, and it's good for plenty more. I wouldn't throw it away.
Margie also felt the same way. She was 11 years old, while Tommy was 13, so he had more telebooks than Margie.
Where did you find it?
In my house, in the attic.
What's it about?
School.
Margie was scornful, showed disrespect when she came to know that the book was about school. She hated school. She considered talking about school being worthless.
School. What's there to write about school? I hate school.
She didn't mind the teaching, but the part she hated the most was the slot, a given space and time where she had to put homework and test papers. She always had to write them out in a punch code, which they had taught her when she was 6 years old, and the mechanical teacher calculated the marks in no time, very quickly. They were taught different subjects according to their level of learning through the mechanical screen. Margie was not doing well in geography, so her mother called for the county inspector.
Can you please come home?
Yes, I am coming.
When he came to Margie's house, he gave her an apple. He came with a box of tools with dials and wires. And then he took the entire mechanical teacher apart. Margie wished that he wouldn't be able to put it back again. However, after an hour or so, the county inspector put the mechanical teacher together again. Margie felt that her mechanical teacher was a large, black and ugly thing with a big screen on which all the lessons were shown and questions were asked to the students. The inspector told Mrs. Jones, Margie's mother, that her progress was quite satisfactory.
Margie's progress is quite satisfactory.
Actually, the geography sector was geared a little too quick. It was adjusted to teaching a curriculum meant for a higher age group. So Margie was not doing well. The county inspector slowed it down. He made the program run at an average 10-year-old student's level. Margie was disappointed, upset. She had hoped that they would take the teacher away altogether. They had once taken Tommy's teacher away for nearly a month because the history sector, that part, had blanked out, erased from the memory of the mechanical screen. Margie asked Tommy,
"Why would anyone write about school?"
Tommy felt that Margie had asked a stupid question because the old school was not at all like their school. He looked at her with superior eyes in a very snooty manner, and he added loftily, in a superior way, that they were reading about a school which was centuries old, hundreds of years old.
Because it's not our kind of school, stupid. This is the old kind school that they had hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
Margie felt hurt and said that she didn't know about the old schools. But as she read from the book, she mentioned that they had a teacher.
Well, I don't know what kind of school they had all that time ago. Anyway, it seems like they had a teacher.
Tommy told her that it was not like their mechanical teacher, but they had a human being, a man who taught them, gave them homework, and asked them questions.
Sure, they had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher. It was a man.
Margie couldn't believe that a man could be a teacher.
A man isn't smart enough.
Tommy said that his father knew as much as his mechanical teacher, to which Margie agreed.
Sure he is. My father knows as much as my teacher.
But she commented that she wouldn't want a strange man in her house to teach her.
I wouldn't want a strange man in my house to teach me.
Tommy laughed at her and told her,
You don't know much, Margie. The teachers didn't live in the house. They had a special building and all the kids went there. And all the kids learned the same thing. Sure, if they were the same age.
Margie said that her mother had told her that the mechanical teacher had to be adjusted to fit the mind of each boy and girl that it taught. Tommy didn't like her comment, so he told her that if she didn't like the book, she should not read it.
If you don't like it, you don't have to read the book.
Margie quickly said that she didn't say that she didn't like the book. She wanted to know more about the old schools.
I didn't say I didn't like it. Actually, I would like to know more about this school.
Margie's mother called her home to attend her class.
Margie, come on time for school.
Not yet, Mama.
Now, and it's probably time for Tommy, too.
Can I read the book some more with you after school?
Tommy nonchalantly, in a non-interested manner, told her maybe, perhaps, she could.
Maybe.
And he walked away with the book tucked, placed under his arm. The mechanical teacher taught her at the same time every day, except on Saturdays and Sundays. Her mother preferred that
Little girls learned better if they learned at regular hours.
Margie went into the schoolroom, which was next to her bedroom, and the teacher was ready with an arithmetic lesson on the addition of proper fractions. The teacher requested her to insert her yesterday's homework in the proper slot. Margie did so with a sigh, a moan. Her mind was not in the lesson because she was thinking of the old schools which were there when her grandfather's grandfather was a little boy. They had a special building and all the children went there to study. They had human teachers who taught the children together, asked them questions, and gave them homework. The children laughed and shouted in the schoolyard and went home at the end of the day. The teacher taught the students of a class together so that the children could help one another with the homework and talk about it. Margie thought that the old schools must have been fun because the students were taught by real teachers and they enjoyed learning, while she really dreaded the time for school and studies, sitting all alone in front of the mechanical teacher. Children like her had to depend on technology and get knowledge, and they didn't have human teachers or printed books. The children of the old school really had a lot of fun. Thank you, friends, for watching. See you in the next lesson.